What's cracking, you fucking bushers, and welcome back. This is SLTP, Sunday League, the podcast, episode 198. Two away from 200. About to reach that milestone. It's Boski here again. It's a little late on June motherfucking 9th. Yes, on 6/9. I've had a very nice day today. Very nice. Yeah, 6/9. Nice. Hope everybody else had themselves a fucking nice day also. Spent the day down in San Diego. Checked out some Sodabo action. Was very, very lucky enough to be able to catch the San Diego Threshers against the San Diego Sluggos. I'm not sure exactly where they stand in the rankings right now. But it was a very, very, competitive game. And I needed to see it for myself, of course. I know I fuck around a lot, and I call them, the SDABL. They call them the Sodabo, right? All fun and games, all love, of course. But we'll get into all that right now. So for now, let's cue the motherfucking intro.
Welcome to Sunday League the podcast. You know we can talk trash. If you ain't with it, you can fall back. Welcome to Sunday League the podcast, the podcast. Welcome to Sunday League the podcast, the podcast. Welcome to Sunday League the podcast. You know we can talk trash. If you ain't with it, fall back. Welcome to Sunday League the podcast, the podcast. Welcome to Sunday League the podcast, the podcast, the podcast.
Let's get into our fielder's choice this week. For the recording, of course. Drinking some water, man. I'm fucking tired as shit. Just had a 2-hour drive back, which is why DH is unavailable this week. It's kind of on me, of course. Just getting back late. It doesn't really bode well for everybody to be driving around so late just to go, record the podcast or whatever. Is what it is. This one's on me, but fortunately, I'm still kind of awake. Tired as shit, but awake. Recording this one for you guys, 198, and so water for me at the moment. But let's talk about what I did drink today. After these games, went to a spot called Dirty Birds. Had I want to say it's like a Dirty Birds IPA, some shit like that. I guess I'd have to look it up. I don't really remember, but it was pretty damn good. Pouring it out of a pitcher, it was great. And then also we had a couple beers at a place called Giraffe over at Belmont Park. I think it's called Belmont Park. Pretty good. It was like a pizza port amber or something like that. I need to, again, look it up as well. Wasn't paying too much attention, and now I'm kind of thinking about it. It doesn't, it's not popping back into my brain. But I did try something that the wife was having. Shout out Storm, of course. The girls went, right? Family also went out with Dad Bads and my bodyguard Frank the Tank. Yes, I have a bodyguard, guys. But the wife, she had a beer called the New English, something like that. It was like a blueberry beer, something like that, and it was pretty good. I recommend it. Easy drink, something easy to drink. And there was another beer that I tried that Frank the Tank was drinking, and it was one of the smoothest fucking beers I've ever tasted. I don't remember what it's called, but he'll remind me when he listens to this shit. He'll be like, "Hey, Dumbo, it's called blah blah blah." I'll be like, "Fuck, bro, my bad." So my bad for now. Again, it's late. My brain is foggy. I'm tired as shit. I know I'm gonna be hungover as fuck in the morning, so. Here we are. When aren't we hungover on Monday morning, right? If you playing ball on Sunday, you get home from your game, crack open a few brewskis for the fucking culture, right? Hey, sometimes people do it at the games. I know we've talked about it on here. Don't really recommend it, but if you're gonna do it, hey man, just don't fuck it up for everybody else. This is a topic that we've talked about a very long time ago because there's this fucking misconception, right? That we condone certain things here, which in a way we do, but the way we pretty much don't. Like I said, if you're gonna drink at your games, just be smart about it. Clean up after yourself, and don't be a fucking jabroni. That's why some of these leagues, they do schedule their games at parks, because there's teams that like, hey, we want to drink, and they pretty much allow that at parks, I guess. So shout out to those leagues that are accommodating their players, because obviously most leagues are for the fucking culture. And hey man, shout out to them. If that's what you like doing, drinking and playing, then hey, by all means, just do it. But keep it clean. Keep it clean. Clean up after yourself. Be responsible. Do it right. There's a certain way to go about things, and again, like I mentioned, there's people out in this world that frown upon these kinds of things, which in the past, I myself have even, frowned upon it, but kind of this role that I carry now, I guess, in the Sunday leagues, it's something I kind of have to accept, right? I can't just be walking around frowning at everybody and everything, not be so goddamn narcissistic all the time. I'm not even sure if that's the proper word to use, but maybe everybody just needs to fucking loosen up for their game. And sometimes it just requires a nice little brewski, right? For others, of course, they do the vape thing. I don't fuck with the vape. I don't do that shit. I'm not the biggest fan, but hey, do what you got to do. Just don't blow it in my face, please. It would be very much appreciated. But yeah, let's get on with this episode. Talk about the day. A lot of game action. The travel was fun. We got up early, shot out early to the San Diego area, Crawford High School, something like that. The Sluggos and Threshers were playing down there. It's a good game. It's a really good game. It was a little bit. I would say the Threshers probably controlled most of that game. Shout out to David. My boy over there. We call him. We like fucking around, calling him Radio every now and again, just to be a fucking asshole. But if I'm not fucking jabbing at you or talking shit, I probably don't know you very well, or we just ain't that cool with each other. But if you know me, you would understand that I'm pretty easygoing. I like talking shit with the homies. But there was a dude for the Sluggos. He was a big lefty. He hit a fucking bomb, and I was just like, God damn. So I mean, the Sluggos can fucking swing it. They have a good squad over there. Said what's up to Shane real quick. I didn't really want to kind of be too much in anybody's dugout or bugging anybody for the game. I know, I understand. Some of these games are a lot more important than like meeting the podcast guys or whatever. So I was trying to kind of keep not keep a distance, but just kind of be a fan. I'm a fucking fan of all this shit, man. Like, see all these dudes. I was fucking yelling at my boy Stokes. He was over in left field, and I was fucking around with the Bluetooth microphone, like those wireless microphones that players use for their mic dubs. And so just kind of taking in the vibe and stuff, and I like it over there a lot, man. The competition looks obviously is really good. The venue was dope. Crawford High School needs to cut its fucking grass, though. Jesus Christ. Aside from that, man, like I know saw a lot of good ball players. There's some dog shit hops on some ground balls and some line drive base hits out into the outfield. So that was tough to watch. But I mean, that's things that are out of the players' control, really. Maintenance for the schools, I guess. Go cut your fucking grass, man. Fucking Crawford High School, clean it up. In a random area too. It was kind of hilly, like a little hilly area. Residential, of course, and so like parking in front of people's houses is always weird. Because me being the parking Nazi that I am here at my house, I kind of can relate to any other parking Nazi, I guess. So yeah, don't be parking in front of people's houses. You never know what's gonna happen. But so after that, we shot over to Dirty Birds, which was right down the street. It's like a sports bar and grill, and there was some of the guys were already there. So we just kind of chopped it up. Some of the guys from the walk-ons rolled up, so we got a picture with everybody and shit, and it was pretty dope meeting everybody, man. Very, very blessed to be able to connect a bunch of people and bring the community together, man. It was pretty fucking cool, dude. I will say that it's probably the most fulfilling part. You're right. Like you start chopping it up with guys. Like I was talking to Doug from the Thresher. Shout out Doug, man. He's dude's in shape. He looks like a fucking baller, and he was catching that game as well. Which I believe he's like the starting catcher or the full-time catcher now for the Threshers. But we were talking about how he's mostly not even a catcher. Like he can play any position, and probably catcher is just where he landed on for the Threshers. Hey, but it works, right? It's one of the better teams in SoCal. Obviously, a tough tournament team out in the NABA World Series, and like most teams, and most players, they use Sunday ball to kind of gear up for the tournaments, the Vegas tournament, Arizona World Series, and this is one of the things that like the teams like the Sluggos and the Threshers do, and but hey, moving on. At the end of the day, the Sluggos did lose to the Threshers. Believe the score was 10-4, something like that, and one of the pitchers from the Sluggos really caught my attention. Believe his name is Vinny or Vincent. So shout out to him. He kind of throws like a submarine sidewinder style type shit and kind of almost drags the knuckles on the dirt. Nasty, real nasty. And it looks like he could put something behind, on his fastball also from that arm angle. It's very difficult to do, to put it over the plate, right? It's effective, of course. It's very difficult to pick up. And I was looking, I'm like, man, like I don't want any part of that. But then I kind of want to face it and see what I can do with it. But at the same time, don't want any part of that, right? Just because it's just wonky. Like, how the fuck do you hit that? So yeah. Anyways, we did the Dirty Bird thing, took the picture with everybody, chopped it up with the boys and stuff, and shot on over to the Belmont Park area, and had a couple of drinks there, and we were there for a minute. It was talking to one of the guys and stuff, and one of the guys, I'm over here like why are you hiding who you talking to, Bolsky? I was hanging out with Big Frank, my bodyguard, and say that jokingly, of course. I had a few beers with the wife, the fam, and our guy David pulled up. And we were chopping it up so much about a lot of the players in the league, a lot of tournament shit, like the who's who and all that stuff. And so shout out to David for taking the time to hang out. Shout out to the guys from the Walk-Ons, especially Dylan over there, the manager of the Walk-Ons. He's hit us up a few times, especially the first time we talked. It was rankings related. I'm like, look, bro. Let's chill out on this rankings anger, because that's a very common thing with newer teams, right? But jokingly, of course, I know it's all for the fucking culture. And finally got to meet him, and I was able to give out what I had left over of the wristbands and the stickers, the fucking Bush Leaguer wristbands, and I had just enough, so I was like, thank God. Somebody's not going to be left out, I guess. And so, shout out to Dylan, shout out to David, shout out to Doug, one of the triple Ds. Who likes triple Ds? And all the boys with the Walk-Ons and the Threshers and stuff. And it was pretty dope, man. So the community is definitely strong down there, and it's super appreciated. So shout out to all of them. One thing I will say, though, I could have made a better effort to kind of mingle with the Sluggos a little bit more. But again, it's one of those things, man. It's like, do you want to go chop it up with a team that's currently losing in the game? Like, I don't know. It was just, I didn't want to be too much of a nuisance, but I do know that they listen to the pod and stuff, so just kind of wanted to be better about that next time. Unfortunately, for my dumbass, it was out there chopping it up too with Dad Bats, because he was taking a lot of pictures as well, and I'm pretty sure he's got some stuff to send over to you guys. I'll get in touch with him about that, just so that we're, make sure you guys are taken care of with the pictures, because he takes really, really good pictures. There was one that he sent to me. I'm just like, man, I'm a good looking motherfucker. Do have a couple of shout outs, some more shout outs, I guess. So the Walk-Ons did beat. So shout out to the Walk-Ons for beating the Venados. I think they won 3-1 or something like that. And I believe one of their guys also hit a bomb. What's his Instagram? I think it's Bryden Lifts. He hit a fucking absolute tank, in the video and stuff. And so shout out to the walk-on. Shout out to him for hitting the fucking bomb. Everybody loves hitting bombs. I love bombs on Sundays. Wanted to shout out also former guest of the pod, 2-time guest, Jesse Chavez of the Atlanta Braves. Kind of a hometown hero, I guess. So he's got great career, amazing career, in the MLB. Yesterday recorded his 1,000th strikeout. He's with the Braves currently, and he struck out Jacob Young of the Washington Nationals. Never heard of Jacob Young, but he is Jesse Chavez 1,000 strikeouts. So shout out to that. Obviously, no easy feat to accomplish, and the longevity that it takes for a major leaguer to even record 100 strikeouts, 500 strikeouts. It's a career, man. It's a great career. He's still going, so we'll see when he decides to hang him up. Another shout out to some recurring guest of the pod, to the face of the Upland Mets, Stino. They were eliminated yesterday in the FBL playoffs, the semifinals against the SoCal Royals. So Upland Mets lost. I believe the score was like 7-1, something like that. But unfortunately, it is kind of the seemingly so. It's like the end of Stino's Sunday League career. So he's gonna be moving on to be doing some other things. I really don't know how official that is. I'm not sure if I'm getting trolled or not. I might be. Who knows? But again, friend of mine, friend of the pod, recurring guest host on the show. Been knowing him for a while now. Good kid. I really appreciate his friendship for sure. But yeah, shout out to him and his retirement from his Sunday League career. So kind of a weird thing to say. I think like, oh, I'm retiring from Sunday ball. Like, yes, I've retired like 5 times, from playing ball. But sometimes it's a little more serious than people would think. I know for me, like, I've come and gone, and I'm just like, man, I can still play. That's why I'm here doing the shit now. Still playing, still balling with everybody. So, again, but back to Stino. Shout out to Stino for, being a fucking champ and being the fucking face of the Upland Mets. Next shout out. So I want to shout out a guy by the name of Andy Cordova. He is the manager of the Young Guns over in Old Scabble, the legit Scabble. He recommended something to me called, let me see, veterinary liniment gel. It's like an analgesic topical gel or some shit. But it's for horses. And he's like, yeah, humans can use it. So he recommended it. I bought it. And fucking Schmamazon took forever to get that shit delivered. I don't know why it kept getting delayed. It was supposed to be like a 1-day shipping thing because the Amazon Prime, took forever to get here, but finally fucking used it. I will say I highly recommend this shit. Get yourself some of that fucking horse gel because that shit takes the pain away, man. Takes the pain away. The lower back was feeling nice and fresh, nice and cool, nice and loose. The knee, definitely felt the improvement in the knee there. Unfortunately, however, in my right ankle, no, it just, I have like no feeling there. I don't know. It's weird, man. But I got no effect in the foot. But regardless, it is very useful. I highly recommend that shit to any of you fucking bush eaters with your fucking body aches and shit, man. I know the toll that it that it takes on all of us. I'm getting tired here. So let's move on to a couple more shout outs. I want to shout out Kevin. Kevin is a photographer, and his business is Sports Pulse Digital. So Kevin had come out a couple weeks ago to the practice game that I went to out in the valley, and he was taking pictures of everybody. Got some nice video, like a hype video, shit like that. Very nice camera work. So I highly recommend him. Sports Pulse Digital. Hit up Kevin. That's their Instagram, Sports Pulse Digital. So tell him the podcast sent you, and hit him up. Does good work. Let's see here. Want to do one last shout out for Rigo Hidalgo. Rigo Hidalgo, he started his YouTube channel, which I can empathize so much with that shit because I know the struggle and the stress that it takes to do that shit well and do it consistently. It ain't easy. So shout out to him for diving into that world. Let me know if you need any advice, I guess, from an OG YouTube guy that well, failed YouTube guy at that. Um, it's an interesting journey. Just stay consistent, man. Stay consistent. Keep uploading shit, and you'll be fine. So I had mentioned in Dino's shout out that the Upland Mets had lost to the SoCal Royals. Shout out to Pat, my guy Pat, another recurring host. Pat and the SoCal Royals. I'm always hating on that fool just because I like fucking with him. But congratulations to them for advancing on to the FBL championship in the Majors division. They will be defending with three-time defending champ, or I don't know. They're going for another repeat. So three-peat, my bad. They're going to be going toe-to-toe with the Fontana Marlins. So the Fontana Marlins, congratulations to them for putting in the work. They're hot right now. The Marlins are hot. Don't let them get hot. They beat the number 1 seed, 10-1-1 NY Yankees by a score of 4-0. So congratulations to them. They're going to be moving on against the SoCal Royals, who are trying to get that three-peat, which is not very easy to do. Congrats to both teams, man. I know it's going to be I don't want to call it a slugfest, but it's definitely going to be it's a good matchup. We'll see. Pay attention to what the final result will end up being. Rooting for both teams, honestly. I know a lot of the guys on both squads, and they're all my boys. But I'm a huge hater. I love hating on my guys too, just to give them a little motivation. So shout out to everybody in the FBL majors, and shout out to the Pericos from the AAA division. The Pericos, they won the AAA championship earlier today, and they're going to be moving on up to the majors division. So looking forward to that. And down in the single A division, I believe it finished up being, they did claim a champion down there in the single A FBL. The IE Mets, not the Upland Mets, but the IE Mets, who, let me see, as the 3rd seed at 9-2-1, they ended up winning the championship. So congratulations to them. I believe they beat the 1 seed Brooklyn, who finished their regular season at 10-1-1. I'm going to assume that they're going to move up to AA. I don't know. I'm just saying, anytime you win a championship or you finish in, you make it to the championship or anything like that, you should move up. If you're going undefeated in leagues and in seasons, you should move up or move on, depending on the league, of course. FBL, shout out to everybody. Pretty dope to see, all the boys doing their things. And you know what? I did have something on my mind about the the Royals and Mets semi. The Mets being the 2 seed, right? Went against the Royals as the 3 seed. So that means that the Mets should be the home team. And although the SoCal Royals have a home field, I don't know. It gets kind of weird for me as far as like where do they play the game, or should it? And this is more of a question, just rhetorical, I guess, for argument's sake. Like, if I was on the Upland Mets, I would probably be, what's the word I'm looking for? A little annoyed that I don't get to pick my venue or my field of choice if I'm the higher seed against the team that I'm playing. I don't know. That's just a thought. Ultimately, all that shit's up to the league. So that's just more of a question for the league, not really to stir anybody, not to stir any pots or piss anybody off. But yeah, I mean, what do you guys think? Should the home team have the choice of field of where they play? If something like, the Royals having a home field already is a thing, then what do? Does the league allow the higher seed to pick the field and the game time, or just the field? I don't know. What do you guys think? Over in the RBL, the Ramirez Baseball League, it's like the Covina area for those that don't know. They are in, in the playoffs, and we have a couple of results. we got a couple teams moving on, a couple of teams eliminated, unfortunately for them. But we had the number 5 Toros going up against number 4 El Saus. Victory claimed by the Toros 10-2. So El Saus on vacation. Hit me up. And then number 6, Tiburones went up against the number 3 Dirtbags. Tiburones win 11-4. So congratulations to both winners, the Toros and the Tiburones. They move on to the semis, and they will be going up against, let me see, the Toros will be going up against the number 1 seed Primos, the Pasadena Primos, and the Tiburones will be going up against the number 2 Glendale Braves. So shout out to all 4 teams. Good luck to everybody. We know, good handful of guys from most of the teams that are still there, that are still in their games and all that, still playing over there. So shout out to them. Good luck to everybody. We're paying attention. If there's an opportunity to go, then probably make it happen. If not, then I do apologize in advance. Life is busy these days. Over in the PCBL, we had a doubleheader that's very important. Pretty much, I would say, games of the week. We had 2 big dogs, the CBA Tigers and the Raptors. Currently, let me see. They had a doubleheader where I think game 1 was went to the CBA Tigers 3-1, and then game 2 went to the Raptors 6-5. So 2 close scores. One was low scoring. The second game looks like there's a little more action. But shout out to both teams for competing, right, staying at the top of their division, and looking at the division as well. We have the Platoon went head to head against the Crooks, the LA Crooks. The victor being the Platoon 3-2 over the Crooks. Looks like it was a pretty good game. And then we had the LA Rats. It got crunchy against the Academia Maniacs. LA Rats win 15-5. Let me see. And then I don't have a score for the Regulators and the Copenhagens. Quick standings will run down real quick. CBA Tigers at the top of the Majors division in PCBL at 10-2. Platoon 8-2-1, sneaking in to the second place spot. Let me see. This is based off of win percentage, with the Raptors at 9-3, right, in third place. Always thought it was weird how that works out, but that's win percentage points. Let me see. With the Copenhagens at currently at 4-5 until that score gets updated. The Crooks at 4-7. The LA Rats 3-6-1. The Regulators 3-7 and the Academic Quakes at the bottom at 1-10. At least they're not winless. How about that? Over in SoCal MSBL down in Irvine, we got a couple of scores here. We got the Moonshots losing to the Dodgers 2-0, and looked like what was a good pitcher's duel. I believe it was extra innings. The Sun Devils got crunchy on Team USA. Sun Devils victorious 12-2 over Team America. We got no score Beach Boys and Dirtbags. Got the OC Titans losing 3-2 to the Marlins, to the OC Marlins. So shout out to the Marlins, the Sun Devils, and the Dodgers for winning. Again, I need a score for the Beach Boys and the Dirtbags. And as we talked about earlier, down in Sedable, we have a few scores with the Threshers and Sluggos. Threshers win 10-4, something like that. Walk-ons win 3-1, something like that, against the San Diego Venados. And I don't have an exact score for Chata fuck up versus the PL Pirates, but I do know that Chata finally got its first dub. So congrats to Chata for not going winless. It's never a good thing to be winless in a division. It's a bad look. But hey, no, bullshit aside, congrats to Chata. That's my pick for this season. Hopefully they make it, man. Hopefully they can surprise some people and, make me look like a goddamn genius. Over in the OCRBL, the only score I got is between the OC Rays and the D-backs. I got 11-3 in the favor of the OC Rays. Shout out to them for continuously dominating over there. And Oscar Dodarte, always providing the updates. Also was kind enough to let me know that he hit 2 bombs in the game. Shout out to that. I fucking love that shit, especially multiple bombs. There was a lot of bombs this week. I love that. I need more of that shit on video though. So tag us in all your bombs. I know some guys tomorrow morning will be hitting up the pod, but definitely, I get horny as fuck for those videos with the, all them bombs and shit everybody be hitting. It keeps me young, feeding off your guys' energy, right? We all stay competitive with one another, and I think at the end of the day, man, with the community itself, all you fucking bush leaguers, that's really what it's all about, is just staying competitive against each other. Over in the SFVBL, yes, one of my favorite leagues, because I fucking love the vibes over there. We got a good amount. We have all the scores for the week. We had the Bombers against El Molino, 4-2 El Molino. The Cubs and the Mineros head-to-head went with the winner being the Cubs 8-7. The Cañeros lose to the Mustangs 5-3. The Brew Crew playing the Valley Boys, everybody's favorite team. The Valley Boys win 5-4. There you go. The Hokies went up against La Escondida 12-4 in the favor of the Hokies. Toros win 13-5 against the Brewers. The Isotopes and the Rays went head-to-head 10-2 in the favor of the Isotopes. In the final game of the day here, the Park Bums win 7-0 against La Victoria. It was more like La Perdida because they did not win. They got shut out, unfortunately for them. But yep, as always, shout out to my guys over in the SFVBL. Hopefully their all-star game weekend, whenever they do that, hopefully we're able to make it. I'm not sure when those dates are yet, but shout out to them. They're always keeping us in the loop with their stuff, and like I said, very, very punctual with scores and all that. So I really appreciate it. It's a lot of work for league managers and league presidents and all that. A lot of behind the scenes that goes on that not everybody can really empathize with or relate to, because most of us, we just go out there to play ball. We go out there to play ball, and we just expect everything handed over to us and shit, even though, especially because we're paying money to play, right? But stop being so goddamn ungrateful, motherfuckers. Just kidding. No, I'm not really kidding, but be grateful for what we have. Now, before we wrap this up with SOS, over the weekend there was a little bit of I guess some drama, right, on a live feed from a league that I no longer fuck with. It's clear that the league don't want to fuck with us. So hey, the feeling's mutual. Very easy for me to look the other way and just ignore, right? Some shit was said over on a live stream. I saw the whole thing, so can't really hide from that. There's other stuff that I've heard. That it was some assumptions that I had in my brain that were said to me later to confirm the thoughts that I had, to confirm those assumptions. And other shit that I've seen that I have proof. For starters, now I'm not saying I don't fuck with the teams in the league, because some of those teams are they're fucking for the fucking culture right now. There's this misconception about this whole for the culture thing. Nobody really gets to define what the culture actually is. It just is what it is. It's ever evolving, and you're either part of it or you're not, right? And at the end of the day, if you ain't a part of it, then stay out of it. Don't try to change nothing, man. Create your own fucking culture. If that's what you want, then do it. Stop talking about it and be about it. There's really not much to say other than I don't fuck with the new Scabble League anymore. They clearly don't fuck with us. They anytime one of their teams has tagged the podcast Instagram account in their stories, it gets reshared on the league account, and it gets covered up. Right, the Sunday League tag, it gets covered up every time. I got screenshots, so it ain't like anybody can fucking be like, no, I didn't do that. It's like, well, of course you didn't, right? You never do. That very not me attitude. But hey, it's all good, man. It's no loss here. The culture will continue on where we're at. The community supports us 1,000%. And for those teams that do fuck with us, hey, we fuck with you too, man. Fucking washed up, was cracking. fucking hit us up anytime. I appreciate them a lot. Let me see who else. The Yankees. Let's go. Even though I'm not a Yankee fan myself, in as far as the Major League Baseball, but with the Sunday League teams, man, like I fuck with all you guys, And if you guys want to fuck with us, then even better. Let me see who else. SoCal Cardinals. They're for the fucking culture, man. They know what's up. They're grinding. They like to ball and they want to win, And at the end of the day, that's kind of what it boils down to, right? And just to kind of rehash what I had mentioned earlier about like drinking and all that shit. Like, hey, teams are gonna do what they're gonna do. Don't fuck it up. My advice to teams: don't fuck it up for everybody else. But at the same time, you're gonna do what you want to do. Just don't fuck it up for everybody else, right? Clean up after yourself, cover your shit up, and just be responsible, man. Don't be a selfish fuck. At the end of the day, like we all want to play ball, Like yes, it's Sunday League, but weighing in the bigs, man. We pay to play. We're out there to enjoy ourselves. Me, myself, I'm not one to go out there and smoke and drink while I'm playing. And that's why some of these teams request their games at parks so that they're able to do that. And the cool thing is that there's leagues that they want to accommodate those teams. And they do, which is great, right? For ball players that don't want to be around that stuff, don't play on those teams. As simple as that. All teams got reputations, And at the end of the day, just you should be where you want to be. Play with who you want to play with and do what you want to do. But at the same time, there's a happy medium. Don't fuck it up for everybody else. And for anybody that has any issue ever for any reason, stay the fuck out of the Sunday League DMs. Hit up my personal account and we'll talk. That way there's no miscommunication. There's no I don't know if it was DH or Boski that was talking, blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, 90% of the time it's me on the Sunday League account. But hit up my personal account. If you don't know my personal account, ask for it and I'll make sure that you get it. But moving on to what's more important, things that are for the fucking culture. Let's hop into everybody's favorite segment in all the Sunday leagues. SOS Sundays. Sunday sound or sound off Sunday. I always fuck it up, man. I get tongue twisted all the fucking time. So yes, sound off Sunday gives you the opportunity, you the listener, gives you guys the opportunity to say whatever the fuck you want to say, because I'm always going to read it. You want me to read it, and it's a safe way for you to talk your shit and stay anonymous. Sort of. As a matter of fact, if you don't ask to be anonymous, I won't make it anonymous. So, starting off, here we go. I haven't even looked at them yet. Starting off with the first SOS of the week from SoCal Washed Up. I said, can you guys give us a shout out? SoCal Washed Up is for the culture. Let's fucking go. Hey, like I said, you fuck with us, we fuck with you too. So shout out to SoCal Washed Up. I know some of their guys have been a little more vocal lately, so maybe they're what's the word? They're rebellious. I love that shit. I love when teams are kind of rebellious in their leagues. Maybe not a lot of teams want to follow along. There was another thing that I was told. Excuse me, just to go back to that last topic. So I guess the league asked their teams not to tag the podcast in any of their posts. That one that was the assumption I had kind of made before, and it was confirmed to me through something that someone told me, a reliable source. Not gonna throw them under the bus. And yeah, so I don't fucking appreciate it, motherfucker. Grow up. So moving on to the next SOS is from Alanis_34. Shout out from AZ. Let's go from all the way from Arizona. With the Messias Baseball, formerly a CBA team. Love the podcast. Hey man, we love you too. Shoot me more info of your league. I feel like I know, like I've seen this league before, but yeah, shoot over some info so I can kind of dig into the league a little bit more, just to see what's up. See what team you play with. It looks like maybe they play with Messias. I have to look into that. But so shout out to Alanis _ 34 for the SOS. Next one is from the FBL Pericos. How about them Pericos? Hope y'all Majors Division teams are ready. Look, historically, AAA teams coming up into the Majors Division in FBL are usually confident, which I respect. You got to come in with some confidence. If you're going into the division unsure of yourself, you're gonna have a real bad time. So you got to come in with that confidence, keep that swagger and arrogance. I love it. Believe me, it's insanely competitive. As you know, you guys are not dumb. You guys are good ball players, good team, moving into the Majors Division. So it's just gonna make the division stronger, hopefully. And hey, we'll see you out there. And moving on to the next one from the OC Moonshot. OC Moonshots. Moonshots are for the fucking culture. You're goddamn right. The Moonshots recently changed the leagues. They went from one league over to MSBL Irvine. So shout out to that. They're doing well over there. Oh, I guess I could look that up real quick. The Moonshots as of let me see. I guess as of this evening, they are currently at... Okay, here we go. Quick rundown of the SoCal MSBL. Marlins at 6-1. The Dodgers at 5-2. Team USA 5-3. Sun Devils 5-3. OC Titans 4-4. The Moonshots 3-4. The Dirtbags 2-5. The Nationals 2-5. And the Beach Boys 0-6. And our final SOS of the week comes from the War Dogs baseball, the Fontana War Dogs baseball team in FBL. Shout out, excuse me, Jesus Christ, that sounded fucking bad. Shout out to all the first responders playing ball in the U.S. In the U.S. Police and Fire Games next week in San Diego. Okay, damn, it would have been cool to go to San Diego next week. So shout out to that. I need to look more into the Police and Fire Games down in San Diego. It sounds really interesting. I guess it sounds pretty straightforward. Policemen and firemen compete in athletic competition, right? As long as they're not doing gladiator shit. Sounds like it's pretty dope. Not killing each other. We don't want that. We need all our first responders. Pretty dope. So shout out to that. Hey, let's go War Dogs. Let's go War Dogs. That's all we want. Well, I guess that about wraps it up. Appreciate all you fucking Bush Leaguers lending us your ears, lending us your eyes on Instagram, sending us all them kind words. Hit up the YouTube channel. Like I mentioned last week, it's been a little dry, so I apologize for that. That's on me entirely, so I own that. And appreciate everybody just, staying locked in with us. To episode 200, that guest list inquiry thing will go up during the week, probably Monday morning, Monday afternoon. So look out for that. And again, it's going to be in Rialto, California. So if you live in Texas, you can't fly out. Don't sign up. I do need to get an accurate head count. If you show interest that you want to be there, I do expect you to show up. Because like I said, the venue owner would like a head count. So I'm going to play by his rules because it's his venue, it's his house, and he's kind enough to, lend us the space to do something cool for everybody, really, for all you motherfuckers. Anyways, with that being said, this is the part where, like I said last week, where DH will ask me some clever way of asking me how much umpire fees are. And this is the part where I say, $5! Cue the fucking outro. I'm not going to do the cue thing too often. All right, motherfuckers. We'll catch you guys on episode 199. Peace.